Leafs take their fourth straight loss to the Atlanta Thrashers, losing 6-3. Kind of surprising since, it was the Atlanta Thrashers, but you know what? We were told to expect this, guys. We were told to expect losses. We were told not to expect big things from the team this year, because losses like this teach the team what they need to work on and help to show what they were doing right, mostly what they were doing wrong. And you know what? It actually displayed some improvements, and I really want to talk about that today. First big thing I want to talk about, though, is Ian White. I think the refs jumped in way too early on that fight. I really think if they let him do it, Ian White would have taken Ilya Kovalchuk down a few notches. Because that guy's got an anger problem. Kovalchuk, I mean. He's a bit of a pest, way too quick-tempered, and Ian White was going to show him, hey, you mess with my team, I'm going to take you down. Just like also Jamal Mayers. When Exelby hit Hagman, no one really jumped in, and yeah, it was in the middle of the play, I understand that, but Jamal Mayers showed him he was boss in that fight. He really took him down, he really stood up for his team, and I like that a lot. The offense wasn't there, I like the passing on the power play, we're doing it better. I like Stempniak and Moore working together. They've really got some chemistry going. Unfortunately, Johan Hedberg seemed to have our number that night. I mean, did you see the stop against Grabowski in the first period? My God! What do you say? It's just... That's all I can say. I mean, some people might criticize Grabowski for taking a little bit too long to take that shot. Maybe he should have done it higher. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. That's all I gotta say. Really, he took the shot. He should have had it, but Hedberg robbed him, and that's my opinion on it. Now, what I do also want to talk about is the defense. Finger, yeah, you scored a goal. Awesome, and you were physical this game. I liked it. I didn't like you standing in front of the net, though. Where were you and your man? That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to take your man. I understand you don't want to leave Cujo alone, but you also don't want to leave your man alone. Shan, I saw you do it a few times too. And you know what? It was, it just seemed to be a bad game. But that's not an excuse. Sure, we can throw it out. They had a new player. The chemistry. You had to work in the lines a bit. It got a little confusing. Still not a good enough excuse. Well, you scored a goal. Congratulations. Tons of joke from that goal. I gotta be honest. But it was good. Now, I'm not going to blame Cujo for that goal off of Shen. That's just not fair. That was a fluke. Mitchell, though, I got to say, what were you doing? I mean, you're blocking your goalie. And you know what? When you're in front of your goalie, you're trapping your goalie like that, the first thought shouldn't be, where's the puck? Where's the puck? It's, let me move back so my goalie can stop it if it comes into the net. Here, I'm going to show you that one more time. Slow-mo. This is what you do. It wasn't that hard. And you know what? I'm sorry, that cost us a goal. Yeah, I know you were pushed into him, but you didn't move right away, and that's not quick thinking, and that's what you're paid to do. Think quickly. Another person who really needed to think quickly, Jason Blake. I'm sorry, but what are you doing watching your pass? You don't watch your passes. You have to keep your head up and look to where you're going. Make sure no one's around you. You throw the puck in where you think or where you want it to go, and you keep going to do what you have to do. You check momentarily to make sure that the puck did go to your player, but you don't stare at it. The problem is, if you pass it, you have to make sure that where you're going, you're in the clear, or else what's gonna happen? Exactly what did happen. You're gonna get knocked down. You're gonna bounce your head off the ice, and you're not gonna remember the pass anyway. Yeah, you gotta keep in mind. I mean, if I was to stare this way and keep walking, I'd walk into you guys, and then I'd get hit by you. Come on, it's only common sense. In every sport, you have to know. There's no look passes. You gotta just like I said, there's no look passes. There's all sorts of passes, but at the end of the day, you have to look where you're going. That's the first thing you learn. First thing you learn when you walk too. Look where you're going. Brian Burke might be our new GM. And to answer your question, Judge Black Sheep, I really think he'll do a good job. I really do. You look at where he's been, his track record, $3 million a year. I'm not even going to comment on that. But with the changes he suggested now, I really don't see him making that many changes. I really think what's going to happen is he's going to try and mesh them first, just like what they did with Steen. You know, they're gonna keep trying to push him all around. You know, put him on different lines, see what he works best with, and then if they don't produce, they have to go. You know, and I like Steen. I like them a lot, and I'll get back to that Steen thing. But that's what I'm talking about. You know. So I mean, the only person I really see, I can see Ponikarovsky and Antropov going. They are replaceable, though they have been trying hard. Though I don't really see them going, I wouldn't mind it if they left. Kabina, I think he really stepped up his game, stepped up his physical game, and he's really there for the team. I think he proved himself as to why he should stay. Now the Caberlet thing, on the other hand, just like last year, I really think they should have traded him. And the reason for that is because as good as he is with the puck, he's not that good getting the puck. You know, when he goes in for those puck battles, he's just kind of poking at it. He's not really, you know, throwing himself in there. So to have a player like Jeff Carter, I think that would have created a lot more offense for us. I really do. You know, the difference to me is more like this. If it was Caberlet trying to get the puck, I think this is what you most likely see. Please, sir, may I have the puck? Please? Now with Jeff Carter, this is what I think you'd see. You better give me the puck, or else. Now let's talk a little about the Stempniak thing. I think he really had great chemistry with Moore. I think he really did well. He seems to have a really good way of handling the puck and keeping it with him at all times. Which is good that he's on the line with Moore, who's a guy, if he loses it, he's gritty. He'll get you that puck back. And to give it to someone like Stempniak, who seems to be a bit of a playmaker, I think it's really good. Now here's my question for you, Jaja Black Sheep. Would you like to see him play with anyone else? Do you think Moore would be better off playing with like a stage-in or something like that? And maybe move Stempniak to someone who would need a playmaker more? But I'd like to hear your response on that. Now, Atlanta Thrashers really, I don't see them having a lot of defense. I don't mean to take it away from them. They did win. On the score sheet, you know, they were better than us. Stat-wise, I don't think so. I really think we should have had this game. Now, face-offs. We won them 33-30. That's good. That's good. Like, don't get me wrong. We were, you know, more than 50%. We weren't that much better, though. You know, I really think we should have. I think that's something we really got to work on. I know Stajan's been working on that a lot. I know Moore's been working on that a lot. But I think everyone needs to work on face-offs, because if you can get the puck off the draw, you have the advantage right from the beginning. You know, you can create the play right away, and then you have a chance to get back as well. Whereas if they win the face-off, you're kind of wondering, should I go after it? You know, one person will, but that's one person who's not going to be able to get back as fast for your defense. You all know what I'm talking about. Now, shots on net. Yeah, we are getting more shots, of course. You know, 35-30. We were pretty even with them. I mean, they were 1 for 4 on the power play. We were 1 for 5. It really what it came down to was goaltending. Like I said, I don't mean to take it away from the Thrashers, but really the best defense they had was their goalie. He was outstanding, I thought. Honestly, there were so many great chances that we had that he just shut the door on. Sure, we got 3 goals, but they got 6. And we should have had more than 3 goals. I guarantee it. Honestly, I really think that Hedberg has done a great job. You know, he really pulled through for them. Now, Cujo, I don't mean to take away 2 goals. I will not blame on him. The one with Mitchell that I was talking about, the first one against Colby Armstrong, though, you should have had that. You know, you're a veteran goalie, and I understand. Yeah, it's your 3rd start. I'll give you a break on that. And our defense really wasn't there. But at the same time, when the defense is not there, we depend on it. Just like, you know, the Atlanta Thrashers depended on Hedberg on that Grabowski shot. Now, I'm not going to take it away from you because that was 1 goal. The rest of the period, you were outstanding. He didn't let a shot in. After that, it just started going downhill. You know, second period, you didn't really keep that momentum going. And yeah, defensemen standing around not doing much, that didn't really help. But really, how far are you going to take it, right? Now, the same thing in Koliakovo. Koliakovo I saw going. Steen, however, I mean, really, when I thought of the Maple Leafs, like whenever I think of the Maple Leafs, a few key players come to mind. You know, Sundin, of course, but he's not with us now. I think of Ponikarovsky, I think of Toskala, I think of Antropov, I think of Caberlet, but Steen comes to mind. Stage-in 2, I'm not going to, you know, take it away from anyone else, but Steen was a key player, and it sucks to see him go. Unfortunately, not meshing well, so you had to go. And we got a good player out of it, and I wish you the best of luck. Now, my only concern is what it has to feel like in that locker room. I mean, now that you have to see that if you're not going to produce well, they're just going to get rid of you and try and find someone better and younger. And that could work really well, or that could go bad. Either way, for the next game, we just really need to step it up. And on that note comes my last question for you, Jaja Ablachi. What do you think Burke should do as the first thing his first act as general manager? Do you think he should step up the defense by adding more aggression to our team? You know, make us more stacked, or what do you think? Offense, or just the future? To work on prospects? You know, put some more people in our Marlies, work on the future there. What do you think? I'd like to hear it. Anyways, as for the Ottawa game, I really do think we have a chance, and let's hope that I'm right. Okay? Go Leafs, go.